Hello, Jill here, and today we're going to be making some of these stuffed pocket envelopes. Now, we're not going to be looking at the ephemera that goes inside of them, but we are going to be making some envelopes that look like these, and I like these envelopes. You don't have to make them out of envelopes. I have, and I have a few here to show you, and then I have a variation that I'd like to share with you. So if you hang in there with me, we will craft together and make some beautiful things. These envelopes are regular envelopes which have been collaged with craft paper or digitals, whatever you have, and then a little bit of collaging on them. Some hole reinforcements to hold the little twine, and it's very easy. The flap of your envelope folds in so that you get a nice background on that front, and then when you're all done, just slip these little ephemera things in. Now, what are these good for? These are good for a lot of things. These are good to go into journals. You can glue them down on the page. You can, if you glue them down on the page, there's no pocket, no place to put anything. If you put them on a page with these three sides glued in, you will have a pocket behind. So you would have a pocket behind the pocket, behind the envelope, and then your envelope also with the ephemera in it. These are also good for sticking in side tucks in your journals, or side tuck for this side envelope because it's rather large. But the other thing it's good for is journal toppers, or if you send a little gifty along with your packages when you're putting together your happy mail, or for your journals for your Etsy shop or whatever. These make a great topper, and add some extras and you're good to go. So let me show you a few I made, and then I'm going to show you a different variation, and we will get started right now. So bear with me while I gather them up. Okay, so this was made out of here's the first one. It was made out of a smaller envelope, as you can see. And if you recall, this paper is from Art House Whimsy, and it is called the Nature Journals Collage Collection. And I will be doing a nature journal with her papers shortly. So I wanted to make some of these envelopes. Again, this is very much like the one I just showed you. It does not have the twine tie in the front. Just 1 minute. Let me pull this back so we can do some comparing. Would you like that? So you can see the difference better. You can see here I made the hole reinforcements in the twine, and here I decided, since I had a little nest for the butterfly, it's a little butterfly nest. And I'm going to put some glossy accents on the little body. I'll do that right now while we're chatting, that way it can dry. This is Glossy Accents by Ranger, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the body. I think I am. Where's my pen? Let me be sure I open this up. Oh yeah, there we go. And I'm going to put just a little bit on the body, and I have to be careful because it can come out kind of fast. And don't worry if you have to put on 2 coats. Sometimes I do that. There, now when that's dry, it's going to look real cute. It'll just stand out just the tiniest bit. Let's plug the tip back in so it doesn't dry up. And I'll set this one aside. And when it's dry, we'll have a cute little, can you see the glossy accents on there? Isn't that cute? I might put some antenna on them. I could show you how I do those too. Okay, moving on. The next one is very much like the one like this one. The hole reinforcements, the twine, and some collaging. This envelope, however, was made out of scrapbook paper, as you can see on the back. And I didn't collage the back because this one will be glued to a page. So there's the second one. That's very much like that one. So now we have two of those. Now I have this one, which I did not use whole reinforcements, but I did use a little bit of fabric, some collaging. This is some wool yarn I had, which I love the color, especially for this particular journal I'm making, which is, you know, it's nature. So I thought that that variegated yarn looked really nice on there. And that's the third one, moving right along. And this one I love, 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 love. I did some collaging, as you can see. After I did this, I wished I had made that a pocket. Wouldn't that be cute if this little piece here was a pocket? Didn't do that, but I love this one. And the back is just a simple collage. Again, I don't know if I told you guys, and I didn't do it on this one, so let's do it while I have you here, is I don't like these little corner nubbins. It's a nubbin. I'm going to snip them off. It doesn't impact your envelope as far as holding things, but to me it just, you know what, it softens the corners, and those corners don't get, you know, lifted up or bent or anything when you're putting them in a journal then. So this is lovely. I would probably use this as an extra on top of a journal or for a gift because of the size, but I like to do another one like this. I used wrinkled silk ribbon for the tie, and I used eyelets for these, which I just love those. So there's that one. And then I kind of went off the rails. Do you know what that means? If you're not from the US, you might not recognize that phrase. I went off the rails, and I wanted to make some little envelope pockets. Because really, what is an envelope? It's really just a pocket with, but it starts with an envelope and goes from there, right? That's what all these are. And I love all the different things you can make to put in your journals to hold things. I love that. So I made these little ones here. Let me get a small little piece of something I could stick in there. And I made these little ones, which will be going in the journal. And I made them out of very small, very old book page. And I thought they came out cute. Put a little bit of fabric, put a little brad there, and hook that together. Now look at this cutie patootie. This I used twine on the front. I did use the whole reinforcements, and isn't that sweet looking? And it was an unexpected result. I was really surprised how cute this came out. So of course I had to put a little label on there that expressed my sentiment for that one. But these will look really cute glued on a page. And again, I may put them on glue on 3 sides, and then I need a better sample to put back. So I have a pocket here and then the pocket there. Okay, there's that one. And this one, I wanted to do stacking envelopes, but I wanted to use this really old book page, so that meant I had to make my own little envelopes. You might not call these envelopes, you might call them, well, Jill, those are just pockets. And again, you're right. Pocket, envelope, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, these were made out of little tiny, very old book page, collaged on top of them. Now, this could be going down on a page. It could be, I'm just grabbing some, let me grab a little card here. Slipped behind let me grab a little card. This may go in the journal glued down, but I had another thought for this one. Where's another little, and I have a little slot here for something else to go in. Oh, I think I have some little round Oh, where did I do this? Okay. So, and I would put little ephemera in those pockets there. So what is my thought? My thought is to glue it top and bottom, and while I have things stuck in these pockets, okay, then I have a place to put use it as a belly band, and then you have this slot here, and I like that idea. So no hole reinforcements, no twine on that because of my thinking how I'm going to use it. It's going to get rather thick, so we will leave it like that. So those are things I've made ahead to show you. And now I started making, let me set these aside. And I started making, just a minute. Thank you for bearing with me, I appreciate it. And while I'm saying thank you, oh my gosh, let me thank you guys for all your comments, your likes, your time. I so appreciate your time. You guys have been so great and you encourage me to keep going. So I'm going to keep going. So I thought, I have this paper and I love this paper. This is from the kit that I talked about. So I'm going to be making one of those envelopes. I'm going to use a single hole reinforcement here, wrap with twine this way, and I will have my pocket up there. Now the only thing I'm wondering about this is should I make that bigger? Somebody tell me, should I make that bigger? I could make it bigger. I think I'm going to. And this one is just a wonky envelope. Let's make a wonky envelope. So you can see the flap is misaligned, the bottom is misaligned, and the sides are pretty much normal. So what do I want to do with that? Well, I'm going to, and this is what I wanted to show you guys. I want this to be the front of the envelope, right? Let's set this one aside for a minute. We'll just work on this. So what I want it to do is I want it to, I'm trying to think how to do this. I want to, okay, I'm going to, let's see if I glue this down on the top first, or maybe the bottom. I'm thinking I want to glue it on the top first, because what I want to do then is cut this out, put that on the bottom, and then when it closes, it will look like it's stuck together. So, like the whole picture is one, right? So I think I want to glue this top part first. We'll worry about that later. Actually, I might use a little lace. I think I have. Yeah, we'll use a little piece of this. Oh, that's pretty. Look at, that's really pretty. Should we put it on top or behind? Okay, now you're going to see how my mind works, and I'm going to put it on top. Okay. So the first thing we have to do is put this onto here. Now, if this doesn't work, it's okay. It's really okay. I think I will use some of this glue. I will use a glue stick so I can move it around, okay? And I'm going to put the glue stick on the flap. Let's put just a little bit of glue stick there first, okay? And let's get this aligned where we want it on the bottom, the front. There we go. Now, I'm not going to wrap that around, so let me cut that top off. We don't need that. Don't cut into your envelope if you do some of these overlapping ideas. If any of you have been out to Instagram and saw my peekaboo elves, I did quite a bit of this type of collaging on them, and it was so much fun. The next thing we have to do is cut along this edge. Now why? Because when we close this envelope, I want that piece on the bottom. I will show you what I mean. So let me get my other glue, just 1 minute. And I use mostly art glitter glue. It dries very fast, it's very unforgiving. So if you're not up for that minimum amount of dry time, this will be dry before I do the other side. Don't use art glitter glue, but I love it because it does dry quickly. You know what? You know what I found out when I do crafting? I'm so busy that I want to see the finished product so fast, so quick. Like, oh, I'm going to make this, and I can picture it in my head, and then I say, and then I start working on it. It's like I want to see the finished product, and I don't always think through everything I have to do to get to that. And I want to be really careful on this. So just going to cut around. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you can do this with any paper. It doesn't have to be tea-dyed. You know, it's whatever you have. Isn't that what we all say? Yeah, it's use what you have. And this basically is, I am using up a lot of what I have. Anyhow, I love making these. It's so fun. And the wonky envelopes is actually an idea from Natasha over at Treasure Books. She has a video on making. We're going to put lace there, so we won't worry about that. Yep. Okay. And that's pretty, isn't it? But now we're going to glue this piece right down here. Now if I slip off the bottom, it's really okay. I didn't want to slip off the bottom, but it's okay. And I'm going to put some art glitter glue down this side, along the bottom and up the top. Just enough to hold up for a minute while I align it, because remember, art glitter glue, I don't have much time to be forgiving. Oh, yikes. Okay, close enough. Look at that. Look, isn't that cute? Of course, maybe you can't tell. Let me get this trimmed up and then you'll see. And we'll cut our little nubbins off the corners, straighten up the bottom. Ink around the edges. We'll ink. Now you could ink all these pieces before you put them on. That would be fine too. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. Pull those a little closer. Look how cute. Now what I might do is I might come in and trim that off. I don't like that there. That's another one of those nubbin corners. So, but I don't want to cut it off because this is a round piece. I'm going to be sure I glue that down good. Just be sure that you don't glue your envelope close, because then you won't be able to get in there. Let's get this side, because we know we didn't do those. We only did them we only did a minimal amount of gluing when we were getting ready to stick it on. So there we go. So cute. I love that. Okay, now what? Our little lace. We'll wait till the end. Cut these little nubbins off before we ink. And there'll be a little more collaging on this, but I wanted you to see how to put those together and make those look. Now, what would be really cute is if you had some, I think it would be cute. Let's take a look. Excuse me, I had to reach back and get some trim. So I have this little bit of lace trim. Wouldn't that look cute? Just along this edge here. Just up to there. I think it would look very cute. And I think I could take and stitch this into a little ruffle, and I'm going to do that. I like that idea. And am I going to do that before I add the lace on the corners? Just 1 minute. Let's take a look and tell me what you think. Won't that be cute? I think that's very cute. All right. Yes, we'll stitch that on before, stitch it. I will make a ruffle. I could make it a different way, but I don't know if I could make it. I could glue it and ruffle it. What should I do? Should I try that? I could try it. What's the worst that happens? I pull the trim off. All right, let's try that. Now for this, I am going to open my envelope. Oops, oopsie doopsie, that's that glue. Oh, you know, let's ink first. Here I go. I want to see the finished product before I even think about what I have to get done before I can get there. Let's just ink a little bit, More on the corners to show a little wear and tear. Sometimes when I'm inking, the only part I really like to be sure is inked is this edge. I don't always ink down into the image or the front or the back, but I don't want that white edge of the paper or the medium, whatever you're using for the base. Yeah, I thought I had a little spot here. I hope I'm not going. I don't like that white edge on the paper showing. So sometimes when you use tea-dyed paper, you don't have to worry about that. And that's a good thing. Let me get that. Let's wipe that off with a pinch. There we go. Finish inking up the top. And with tea-dyed paper, I don't see that white, but with this paper here, I do. So I'm going to come in here and do this edge also. Okay. Okay, let me get something to work on. Hold on 1 second. I think I have something here. I thought I had my other piece of, I use my Tim Holtz mat from my glass mat when I'm gluing and doing some things so I don't get this mat dirty. And I love to work on my glass mat because I can cut, I can glue, I can spritz, and it's a quick wipe cleanup. So glass mat is great for that. Now, Jill. Well, better get some little clips out. Let's see if I have my clips here. Oops. It's not that. Excuse me 1 minute. I think I'm reaching over you. So sorry for that. Okay. Here we go. We have my little clips in here. And some craft medicine. Oops, need that. Okay. Here we go. Glue. Close the lid. Close the lid on your art glitter glue. Close the lid on your art glitter glue. Find the right side. Some of these laces, it's very difficult. You can leave a little extra over the edge so that you can trim that off after you're done. And I just put this on, crinkle it up. Let's see if we could get that crinkled up. Crinkle it up. And we'll put the clips on last. Crinkle it up. Come on. Okay, I want about it to there. And put these on here. This will glue up nicely. Play with it for a second. It's not about doing it fast, it's about doing it fun. And I haven't, okay. Let's just put a little more glue under there. Left-handed, I'm being awfully brave, guys. I don't do left-handed. In an effort not to make videos too long, you know, it's when you have drying time and you're doing this kind of stuff, it does take a while. But I have so much fun doing it. I could, help me, I could spend hours and hours doing this. And in the summertime, it's a little rough when I have outdoor chores and indoor chores and doggy chores and what have you. So some little clippies on here. Okay, I love that. Let's get that straightened out. And I need a little more glue here. Matter, just keep putting it down. Ruffle it up. And stick a clip on it. There we go. Now see, I can't wait to see what this looks like when the envelope is closed. You see how I am? Impatient, Jill. My dad taught me that I needed to be more patient. Well, that's what he always told me. Jill, you need to learn some patience. I'm not sure that I ever did, or at this point that I ever will. It's highly unlikely. Sorry, Dad. I know you tried. And it doesn't have to be perfect on that edge because we're making a wonky envelope anyway, right? That one's probably dry. Just wrinkle it up. I hope you can see. It's kind of like when you stitch. I could have done that also. I could have stitched it into a ruffle and then just applied it, but you know, that might have been just too darn easy. And besides, I wouldn't stitch it with a machine. I'd want to hand stitch it, and then I get into a whole nother ball game there. I'm doing a couple little hand slow stitch projects now that I just love, and I'll share with you. Those you won't see me do on the makes unless I show you periodically how it's coming along, because I want to keep my slow stitching very thoughtful, very mindful. When you're doing a video, there is something different. If you're going to do a tutorial on slow stitching, I mean, it can be boring. The thought process behind putting it together is interesting. But watching somebody, if you watch me stitch, how slowly, I don't know, you'd run for the hills. Okay, let's leave that a little bumpy there. That's fine. Okay. Okay. There we go. Isn't that gonna be cute? Let's see. I guess I could trim this end off. maybe I better wait till it dries in case I need to add a little more material there. It's dry. Put those away. Look how cute that is. Honest to Pete. Who came up with that idea, Jill? And this little tiny lace with these little very light flowers, can you see them on that pattern? Look how cute that is. You lift that up, you have a little ruffle edge. Love it. Love it. See if this is dry. Okay, trim that. Okay, hold on 1 minute. Let me trim that little square corner off. I don't make it. And I'm going to get my little clippy back out and be sure that edge is glued down nicely. There. Little dab. Just a little dab. And close up my glue. Okay. Now, when you're making these, if you're a seasoned crafter, and if I wasn't doing a video, this would be moving along a little quicker. But I like taking my time. Let's call it mindful crafting. You know, I'm mindful about the crafting. Now I wanted to use pieces of this. Should I use the pieces that have, or should I use one piece maybe, that has a bit of a flower on it? And I think I want to stitch it up, so let's see. We have a little more room over here because the envelope comes down like that, so we could do, let's see, well, that would be cute. Okay, so I think I'm on the wrong side. Yep. If I don't want that, I want that little flower, and I think I want it a little bit gathered. Do we want it? Yes, and we want it gathered. So let me cut this. I want it gathered at the top. Well, let's just cut it kind of square. But you know I'm going to cut off those square little side edges there. Okay. Some laces I have such a hard time cutting into. Help me. You guys have to be my inspiration and my encouragement to cut it up and chop it up and okay. Scissors. Give me that back. I might need that sometime. Okay. I think that's all the bigger I need it, so I'm going to take some more of this off. Okay. Oh, right to there, I think. And that'll be a rounded corner, and I'm loving that. That one off, be a rounded corner, I'm loving that. Let me put this back down on here. Yeah, I think you can see better. I'm sorry about that, Matt. Okay, now, do we want? You know what I think I want? I think I want to tie this up here, but should we glue it on first? Yes, let's glue it on first, Jim. You can use Fabri-Tac for your fabric. You can use sometimes if it's just a little piece, I'll use my glue stick. Art glitter glue will glue fabric. it dries clear. If you have something that, let's say a cotton fabric that you're going to glue down, you want to smooth out the glue with your finger so that the glue doesn't seep through the material and the fabric and then show when you're finished. So let's glue this down like so. Now let me get one of my little weight things, which I use. You will see I use these, my little coasters. Aren't those cute? Set that on there for a minute. Guys, when we make all the pieces of ephemera that go into a journal, I have such an appreciation for these what I call master crafters out there, because they take time. They take time and they take thoughtful creativity. And the master makers like Rachel over at Roxy Creations, Natasha at Treasure Books, all of these folks who do these Three Birds Lane. I love her journals. They're a different style, her own style, and they are fantastic. And I love looking at her journals. I don't believe she does, I don't know if she has a YouTube channel, but very nice. So let's check that out. That looks like it's gonna stick. Now, what should I put on there for? And I don't know if I mind that. I might just ink that up a little bit on that edge and then decide if I like it or not. I kind of like it. I kind of do. Oops, that's not dry there. And I'm going to get a little string and I'm going to crunch that together up there at the top. Isn't that going to be cute? Now, do I want to use that yarn I had? Let me see. Or I could use a little piece of, do I have a piece of that? Ooh, that's really small. Oh, that's very pretty with that. Do you like that? Or with the white, is it too dark? I don't think it's too dark. I have another color. Let me jump up and grab my other color I could use. Oh no, this is going to be too beige. Don't laugh at my yarn rolling, but here's my yarn rolling. But I think, well, it looks beige on the roll, doesn't it? It's so pretty. What's it called? It's called a little bit beige. And of course I have very, very neutral wool. This one looks more vintagey, more, it's a little, you could always dye that little bit of lace there. Just letting that dry for a moment. You know. Who knew I'd use these coasters so much for a crafting thing, but if I don't want that to spin around while I'm tying this. Could I get a smaller piece? I'm sure my hands are in the way and you can't see a thing. Okay, I think I don't have enough on the end of it to make that worth the while. So I will let that sit and dry real good. I'm going to put a little bit of glue stick down on this side, just to hold it, extra tight. I want to see that little flower. I'm going to put my clip on that. I'm going to let that dry for a little bit before I mess with the end of that. Okay. So that's that one. Where's my other one? I don't know. I've made a mess now. I've buried them all. what did I do with my other envelope? Here it is. Here it is. There it is. Now look at the difference. Come to me, little envelope. So cute, isn't it? Totally different, but so cute. Same thing. Let's put a hole in this. Let's make an little eyelet. Let's make a hole reinforcement for that. Get my round. Yeah. Ink. If I ink now, I don't have to think about, oh, I didn't ink, or we'll just do a little bit to take that white edge off all the way around. Oh, now I'll show you this here. I have another nubbin, and you'll see when you make your envelopes, or if you use already made envelopes, you won't have as many as I have, little nubbins. But can you see that little one right? Oh, come on, Joe. Right here, this little nubbin. I don't like that. I'm gonna just pinch that off, and that looks better. And I have one over here. That's just because when I mitered this little flap, I cut it a little too short. That's okay. And finish inking up these edges. And you know what? I think I want to do these in here too, because I don't know how much, if any of those, is going to show. Let's put a little bit there. Maybe a little. Okay. So what are you crafting today? Please share with me. I'd love to know. I mean, share your ideas so that we can learn together or inspire each other to have some wonderful ideas. And we can each try crafting our own. Okay, now. What paper do we want to put on there for hold on, what do we want to use? I have some scraps of the paper kit over here. That would be nice for, and it could be something plainer. Maybe this. Maybe we just use a, no. Why would I use a plain color when I can use a color? It has to be, you can see I had this printed on the wrong paper. I don't know if I posted the video where I made the big mistake, but that was a big mistake. Let's see what this one looks like. That's not bad with the green over there. Okay. Hold on 1 minute, let me check. I think I had, yes. Now. That'd be cute. I'm just checking some papers here, bear with me. Please bear with me. I found a little, I love this. I'm going to cut this out. See how I get distracted? We'll come back. We'll get that hole made. Fussy cut this one. I think I told you this kit is a collage kit. I love it because and there's ephemera pieces as well. But on the pages, what's nice about it is, since the design is collage, you can take that paper and cut out little elements of it and use them as you see fit. So if you see something like a tag on the kit that you think, oh, that little tag's really cute, well, it's on that collage page. Well, cut up the collage page. There's nothing wrong with that. into my garbage bowl. I have a little garbage bowl here I keep on my desk, and I throw my tiny scraps in there. Those are ones that are going in the bin. Now, I think this is on sticky paper, so let me get this peeled off. And this is not the easiest thing to get off once you, there we go. There we go. Use my pokey tool. There. And this, I don't normally print on this sticker paper. I did a video explaining how I really messed up printing my scrapbook pages on sticker paper. I did not post that video, but that is what I did, and that is what the mistake was. And I went to get my paper I normally use is Epson Ultra Premium Presentation paper, and I didn't have any more. So what to do? I had to order it, so I had to postpone doing my journal and wait for it to come. But I thought, I'm not going to waste that paper that I put on sticker paper. I'm going to use it, so that's what I'm using this for. What if we do? I kind of like that little puppy on there. Let's do that. This is on sticker paper as well. Back to my pokey tool. I would love, I'm going to show you my, oh no, what happened? I know what happened. It's because it's a label. No, it's a label, Jill, it's a label. Okay. And that was right the corner. Oh boy. That's okay. I always liked doing puzzles when I was little, so let's see if I could do them now. Where's my tweezers when I need them? Let's put this one back together here. Okay. I think I had my head in the way, didn't I? Can I share with you something? I think so. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. But I don't edit my videos. So what you see is what you get. If I mess up, I mess up. Hey, you know, crafting isn't all perfect. Crafting is just like this, but we can fix it. And oops. And so also my explanations. Look at that. You can't even tell. I fixed it. Oh gosh, that was a big job, Jill. Let me get my crocodile here. Now, since this is the whole reinforcement, I'm not going to put an eyelet in there. I'm just going to punch a hole. And I think I'm going to punch, I'd like it to fit right in the center of that flower. Let me look and let's look and see. This one might be too big. Unlock that. Oh no, actually that would fit perfect. Let's look at the small side. I'm going in. I'm going in. There we go. Okay. And put that back. put back as much as you can, Jill. Now this one, I know I'm not done decorating, I'm not done collaging, but I think I'm going to, and this probably is not long enough, I think I'm going to take some of this twine, and I think I'd like to wrap it. So, how do I want to do that? There's different ways I could do that. I could put it in single. Now, one thing I don't want is for this to come off when I'm done, so I don't know if this is big enough. Oh yeah. I may finish collaging this another time once we get it done. I don't know how much time. I'm probably taking an hour to make one little envelope, and you're going, Jill. But I can't say, I can't help it. My little dog say, Mommy, you can't help it. Make a little bow. See how I like it? And see what happens when I want to see what it's gonna, oh, look how cute. Lordy, lordy, Jill, you found a cute little thing. Look how cute. Now, I should show you on my one envelope I made. Was it this one? No, it's this one. No. Hold on. What is that? I can't find it now. I'll have to show you another time. Oh, it was on a glassine bag. Let me show you what I did. I'll share these with you another time. But what's nice to do, if you have one of these kind of closures, let's say you just put a twine around the back of it, and you don't want it to be removable because you don't want to lose it, obviously. So you can do different things here. You can glue this down. You can put a sticker over it. Oh, I mean, not a sticker, but you could put a label over it. Let me just find a label. You could put a label over it, and that's real cute. Or you could do what I have done here and use a wax seal, which I have a little bitty one, and put a wax seal over it. And I will probably use that wax seal on there because I think that's really cute. And I will show you these glassine bags another day. But I made some little glassine bags that I'll share with you. But this is such a cute idea, and it adds another level of attention, detail, that's the word I'm looking for, detail. Now this twine is a little stiff, but I really think that I like that. Okay. Before I go any further, I'm going to clip these where I want the sides to go and make it tight across the back. And I'm not trimming these. You notice I'm not going to trim those until I'm done. So we're going to, come on. Do you guys talk to your thread? Do you talk to your papers and stuff? I do. I tell them, come on, come on. Funny, I'm such a chatterbox when I'm sitting here by myself. But I know that you guys are with me and I appreciate it. Let's glue this on. That is so cute. And it is a little wine cork. I don't know if you could see that that's a wine cork on there. But that doesn't matter. We'll use this anyway. I do make my own wax seals. This is not one that I have made, but this was in a Happy Mail. I love Happy Mail. Don't you love Happy Mail? Do you get Happy Mail? Who do you share with? I have this propensity to go to international. Their style is different, just appealing to me. UK, I buy threads from the UK, from Australia, and they're just, I don't know. And then I bought these ones I was talking about here at a fiber festival, and I really like them. So I'm going to try to buy little small shops, support the small shops, and we will put my coaster on there again. Let me get some other ones because I keep those are heavy enough to hold that till it dries. And let's look at this again. Is that dry? Yes, okay. Look how cute that is. I'm gonna have to just get a thread. I think a thread. What do you think? Just a little thread or something? Which I will get later. I have some beautiful hand-dyed threads here. Let's see. What do I have? Oh, maybe this pretty green. Oh. That's not it. That could be it. It's 5 strands. It's thinner than that other. So I could just make a bow and make it a faux. No, I think it has to wrap around, but I didn't. Should have been longer this way, I think. Oh, let's see. I'll have to think about that. I'm not sure, but I do like this green. It doesn't have to stand out totally, but it does look lovely with that. So I'm going to set that aside now and finish it later. Take this off. See. Okay, I think it's dry. Yep. And that's how fast our glitter glue dries. So guys, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to make more today. But as you can see, some of these take time, and I'll save that. And I want to be able to do them nicely. I will probably put some labels on here. This will be finished up in just a few minutes. I'll have to see what I'm going to do in here. I may just ink it. But I actually think for this one, I actually think I'm going to take some off of this in the inside. So cute. Little ruffle envelope. There's that. And here's, I love using the textile ribbons. Let me set this aside. I love using the fabric. I love using the silk ribbons. I love using the lace. I love using all these things. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for watching. Send me your feedback. Even though they're all the same method, you can see how different they all look, so different. And that's what's so fun about them. You get started and you create, and you let the creativity take you where it wants to go, and just let it flow. It's so refreshing and it's so fun. So guys, that's my video for today. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Do something you love. And until the next time.